It's quarter to midnight. I always say that when my kids go to bed, that's when my day starts. I have two kids. One is 2 years old. The other one is 4 years old. There is never quiet time. There is never peace. A few years ago, I made the commitment to grow the studio. And that doesn't mean to just brush more calligraphy, which I do brush a lot of calligraphy, but that also means to do commission work, make videos, and teach the online course as well as live workshop. Where is the time for all this? Well, there isn't time for all this. Basically, I have to cut down my sleeping time, and that's why I'm still up at almost midnight, and by the time I'm done with this, it will be probably past 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, the reality is simple. In order to find time to practice, you need to want to practice. Time will naturally show up because finding time is easy. What's difficult is actually doing something with it. Let's say that you want to practice calligraphy, that you want to write, you want to do other creative things, you want to practice Aikido, you want to meditate. Now, finding 15, 30 minutes to do that, that's easy. You can find 15, 30 minutes throughout your day to dedicate to either sit on meditation or go to an Aikido class or brush calligraphy. However, is once you find the time is to force yourself to do it. You can find an Aikido class, but now you have to go. You can find 15 minutes throughout the day, but now you have to sit. So that is the hard part. Something just having a consistent practice. The practice itself is what's going to be benefit for you. I always struggle with consistency. This is something that I know I need to get better at. I struggle with consistently making videos for the channel. I struggle with consistent writing blog posts for my website. I struggle with keeping a consistent practice of calligraphy. I've struggled with my Aikido training throughout my 20 years of training to be consistent. So I know it's hard, and then that's what I'm trying to make a point here. Consistency is key because that's what's going to make you grow. I dedicate an entire lesson to my Intro to Japanese Calligraphy online course onto how to maintain an ongoing practice because I think it's so important that they understand this concept that this is a lifelong journey. I didn't want the students that sign up for the course to just watch the videos, do a couple strokes, and then that's it, and never do it again. I want the course to be an introduction for them to a lifelong practice. So this will something that they'll benefit for the rest of their lives. Now, I'm talking about two things here. Is how to keep maintaining an ongoing practice and how to find a routine. Now, these days, I don't struggle as much as I used to because I knew the secret all along. It was right in my face the entire time, and I knew exactly how to do it. And the secret is to time yourself. This is how Zen meditation works. When you sit in Zazen or sit in Zen meditation, there's a timer going off, whether it's kept by someone watching the clock or burning an incense or whatever, but the timer is going on. You're going to sit in your cushion for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever the time is. But you are going to sit there for that amount of time. You're not going to stand up. You're not going to move. You're not going to do anything. Throughout that entire time, you're going to struggle. You're going to feel pain. You're going to feel angry. You're going to feel anxiety. You're going to feel like you want to just scream and just jump out of the cushion and run away. But you're not going to do that because the timer hasn't gone off, and you can't get up from that cushion until the timer goes off. If you use this method of timing yourself for every time you want to do a practice, you'll find that you'll get a lot better at keeping the practice. So for example, let's say you want to do a shorter session. You want to practice calligraphy for a little bit. Well, set the timer. Give yourself whatever time you have allotted. Let's say you have 20 minutes, half an hour. Set the timer and start brushing strokes or kanji for 20 minutes, for half an hour, and do not stop, no matter what. If you're feeling like the kanjis are coming awful, that is just a bad day, and things are not coming out great, it doesn't matter. Keep going until the timer is up. On the other side of the coin, if you have a day where you don't feel like it, where you're like, I really don't want to practice today, but it's time to practice, do it, even if you don't feel like it. That's what's going to help you develop a routine. Now, also may happen that you may be having a great session. Everything that you're brushing looks awesome. Everything that you're brushing looks great. You're pumped. You want to keep brushing for hours. But if you set the timer for a half hour, stop at half hour. Even if things are coming out great, even if you think that you can go for an entire hour, stop at a half hour, because this is to train you to be consistent and to keep your entire focus, mind, body, focus, laser focus to that time that you allotted yourself. And if it was 20 minutes, it's 20 minutes, and you're gonna stop no matter what. If you think about it, Aikido classes run the same way. You go to class for an hour and a half, whatever the case may be, and when the time is up, class stops. It doesn't matter if you learn the technique within the first 10 minutes of the class started, you're still going to do the class until the timer is up. And even if you didn't learn the technique, timer is up, and you're gonna have to come another day and try again. With this concept of keeping a timer for your practice also comes the ability to create a routine. I read somewhere that if you do something for 21 straight days, you create a routine strong enough that you won't easily drop it. Back in April, I forced myself to brush one kanji every day for the entire month of April. So brush one kanji for 30 days. In the beginning, it was a struggle because I wasn't used to it, and I was having a hard time finding the time of day where it was like, I need to go and brush my kanji. Now, throughout the course of the month, these started to get easier, and it didn't take me long to brush the kanji and have it look the way I wanted, because I was doing it every day. I was getting better, and I was getting better not only at brushing the kanji, but I was getting better at finding the time to do it. In the beginning, there's a lot of frustration and there's a lot of fear because you're not used to it and you don't have your routine down. But once you have your routine, you will stop being afraid. Once fearless, you will see results. And that's my timer, so that means this video is over.